follow Joe Rogan on YouTube, but it's kind of hard to avoid him. The algorithm is always putting him in front of your face. And I saw one pop up today about, what did it say? It was one of those clips. It's like 2 minutes or something. I don't know. Maybe 5 minutes. But the question was, should we regulate the algorithms? A couple interesting thoughts on there. And it's actually a conversation that Kane and I had a while back. We do another show together. But the thought of how like toxic social media can be in general, and when that report came out about how terrible social media is for teenagers, it's terrible for adults too. Trust me, it's not doing anyone any good. Um, but the thought is, a lot of times social media will just feed you these things, and it takes you down this wormhole that you really don't need to go down. And there's like a narrative getting pushed about something, and then once you click on it a couple times, then the algorithm knows you like that, so it starts serving you more of that. And the joke I make is, I feel like every time I want to diet, the algorithm starts like serving me pictures of food that's just terrible for me. And then all of a sudden it's like I'm trying to like knock some weight off, get back in the gym, and then it's like food just keeps popping up. food, and it's my fault for clicking on it, right? And then the algorithm's like, oh, he clicked on it, he must like it, so we're gonna keep putting food in his face. But that same thought is like how we can actually manipulate society as a whole and push narratives through algorithms. And for example, I think if you had enough people saying, let's not work anymore. Tell your boss someone you're only working 20 hours a week, and every day you got these things popping up in your feed. It kind of programs you over and over and over again to start to believe that. And the next thing you know, you got this mentality of, I don't even want to work anymore. And then you can't figure out why your life's in shambles. Or there are things that, I'm trying to diet right now. I'm always in a perpetual state of trying to get in better shape, which lasts like 2 days. The diet always starts Monday, but then it's like, well, Monday was bad, so the diet starts Tuesday. I'm back on that kick again. My whole life, I'm trying to get in shape. I'm in shape, and then I get fat again, and then I get back in shape. But, for someone that has been in the fitness world and the fat world both ways, I just thought, like, if someone served me content every day saying it's okay to be fat, it's okay to be fat, it's okay to be fat, I would, does that eventually convince me to just accept that I'm overweight, but I'm going to go to the doctor and he's going to yell at me. He's like, oh, you got to get your blood pressure down and your cholesterol and this and that and your cardio and your heart and all this stuff. But the algorithm keeps saying it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Now, if you flip that around and the algorithm only put motivating fitness and diet things in front of me, saying, hey, here's these tips today to, lose weight. Here's some tips today to get your blood pressure down. Here's some tips today to get more energy. Here's some tips today to do cardio. What's the difference if you keep putting things that are counterproductive in front of you and things that are productive? If you think about that for a moment, how you can shape and form a society, and even that's from politics, spending money. We're constantly looking at things online, people going on these vacations, buying all this fancy stuff and fancy real estate, and it's like, well, go spend. It's like, well, what if more and more stuff popped up that said save and invest and save and invest and save and invest? Go back to school, get more education, start a business. Do you see what I'm saying here, where the algorithm can do really terrible things, or it could actually kind of push a concept of making progress in fitness and health and wealth and everything across the board? I guess the bigger question is, do we want any of that? Do we want any of the algorithm pushing either narrative? I think that's the bigger concern. Do we want anyone to have that power to kind of control our minds? I don't know if that's a good thing. And I think that's what I caught on the Joe Rogan thing they were talking about. It's just, do you have to regulate the algorithm at this point? Because the people controlling the algorithm kind of control the world. You could take the algorithms could just start pushing negative stuff about one political party all day and then pushing positive stuff about one political party all day and completely swing elections. You could get the rich against the poor. You can get the poor against the rich. You can get the fit versus the fat. Like, you see this division all over the place, just depending on which way you want to spend content and what you put in front of people every day. Yeah, I can see where social media is just hell, and that's even YouTube. YouTube's got its own algorithm. Like, it kind of knows what you like, and it just keeps serving you more and more and more, because if they keep you watching more videos, they make more money, which is fine. That's your business model, and we all know that. But just the thought that the algorithm can change how people feel and even kind of program and reinforce ideals in every aspect of life should be a little bit concerning. Do we want the technology companies to have that much power over us? Now, I know what I could do is just stop clicking on the giant tomahawk ribeye photos on Instagram, and hopefully it won't serve me that anymore. So I can say, okay, I do have some control over that. But do I? If they know your browsing habits, are they going to keep putting it in front of you, for example? I don't know. It's just one of those things where we're in uncharted territory, but we're not. We've been here for a minute. We kind of know what's going on now. We're starting to understand how the machine works. We understand where it's going. It's just that do we want some control over it? And I know what the ultimate control is. Turn it all off. You don't have to use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. I mean, that is a choice we can make. You just tune it all out. But it's one of those things where someone comes over and I joke around and I start yelling like, "Hey, Target! I need to go to Target and get some Ritz. I need to go to Target and get some cheese." And then like a Target commercial pops up on the TV because everything is listening to you, right? Where do we go from here? I mean, that's not algorithm, but it's just giving an idea of just, can we escape the machine at this point? I don't know. It does have too much power. Do we want the tech oligarchs trying to, from our diets to where we travel to how we think, where we go to school, what we get degrees in, how we deal with friends, family, and everything in between, and how we view work, everything. Do we want them manipulating us through a goddamn algorithm? I don't know. Drop a comment below. Let me know.